That, thank you, Byron. That really is helpful.
No problem. And I did get you a little more than 2,000. I don't know what the exact exchange rates are going to be, but um, definitely you should have a little money left over too.
Would you sell it? What are you trying to convert? What Deutschmarks?
Uh, well, let's see. Yeah, Deutschmarks to yen to Chinese yen and back to Deutschmarks and then Aussie dollar. Had to get some guy in there for something, and by this point, Marcus probably would have fallen asleep.
I think the Chinese currency is called a yuan.
No, it's pronounced yen actually, but yeah, it's spelled yuan. It's a stupid thing, and in actually financial markets they call it yuan because whatever, people, it's stupid.
I call them Mao dollars because they all have Chairman Mao on them.
That's right. Stay classy.
Yeah.
My friend who goes to Guangzhou, he brings money, and every single one of them has Chairman Mao on them.
Chairman
I'm
meow
sure they do.
meow.
All right, meow. Now I have the money to pay Match to get me in contact with that guy he knows.
You say that out loud. If you do, Byron will raise an eyebrow and say, "Good, Match certainly needs more money."
Well, he's got what I need.
Oh, good. Finally, he's come back around to having what we need. Byron will say a little derisively. He still hasn't quite forgiven Match for hanging up on him about the whole Germain thing.
That's okay.
Marcus.
Match is the kindred elephant. He never forgets.
Marcus will shrug and go, well, unless you need something else for me to do tonight, think I'm gonna head out and maybe, try to enjoy myself a little bit.
Sounds good. I think I have a few more loose ends here to straighten up on your transactions, but just, cross T's, dot I's, but then I should be out of here too. Have a good rest of the night. It's nice to see you a little more cleaned up and not cringing at everything.
Oh, I'm still cringing and everything. I just know most of it's not real.
That is what I guess they say the first step is, isn't it? And with that, Byron is just going to trail off and start typing on the keyboard. I guess he knows enough about computers to input financial stuff or something. I don't know.
Maybe Evelyn showed him how to turn it on once. This is how you type.
There you go. There you go.
Not enough to actually be like a serviceable with a dot, but the computer's left on for him. Maybe that's what it is. Evelyn just leaves the computer on in her office for Byron if he ever.
Yeah, there you go. With a note on the screen, it's like, do not use whiteout on the screen.
In case of blah blah blah. Just like has lengthy, discourse of knowledge. Byron's like, what? What the hell do you? What? This is absurd. Trying to print something out, Scarlet.
She's probably just set up all sorts of macros. So it's like, to print, press this big red button in the middle of the screen.
There you go. Well, what would Marcus like to do now?
Well, he's gonna go hang out at a bar for a while.
All right. And Joseph, you finished your observationing and your cleaning up phase. You know, spending some time here. What would Joseph like to do now?
That depends on what time it is.
Well, how much time did Joseph want to spend puttering around the Majestic?
Um, I think. Well, the one thing I want to know is where that ghost went, and because Marcus got possessed by it by sleeping here, it's probably all night.
Joseph gonna sleep in the Majestic?
Justice has an intelligence of 2. He's not very bright.
That means average intelligence, according to the rule set of this game.
Um, I have to know where the ghost went. There is no other option, and unless Marcus pulls up that person tonight and has them come down here tonight, he's gonna be around here.
All right. Would Joseph like to inform his ghouls of his sudden relocation?
He'll tell him he might be out for the day, but he won't specify. If they can't figure out, then they've got lower intelligence than him, or higher.
Or maybe just assume he has higher intelligence. He wouldn't do that, right? Right. Okay. Well, Marcus hangs out in the bar and then returns to his haven. I imagine Byron, after done with Ventru shit, will return to his haven.
Yeah, he'll go back to seeing if there's any library open past 10 o'clock, and
If there are libraries, those would be open at that time. They'd probably be either ones for like college campuses in which you need a student ID to get in, or libraries where you'd at least have some sort of like library card membership to verify that you're you're actually like you're making pains to try to be acceptable.
yeah, I actually I was running a Google search earlier just to see, and the latest on a weekday was 10 p.m. of any public library, and that was in Manhattan, so he can't even get there in time. So
it's not to say that Byron couldn't get his way into a private library with his charms. It's just that he would have to utilize his charms.
yeah, but what he wants to look for is he wants like one of those old microfiche machines that might have. I guess at a school that had a criminology department, he might be able to get something on serial killings or something like that. But
certainly do. Newspapers also collect those microfilms as well for review of, depending on, how high quality that particular newspaper establishment is. I mean, speaking from experience, I've been to the microfilm room at my city, and I can go back for the entire extent of my newspaper's history here, which goes back really goddamn far.
Yeah, I hadn't thought of that, but that is true. That might be the route that he'll take. Then he'll anyway. That's not tonight anyway. He'll go in and see if he can find Star, I guess was her name, and that'll be what he'll do early tomorrow night if we get there. Assuming shit doesn't inhabit Joseph's mind and he goes even more crazy while staying at the Majestic.
Okay. You all ease up into your respective havens. Does Marcus want to go back to his apartment, or does he want to go back to the ship?
He'll go back to his apartment place thing.
His apartment place thing with the people. Okay.
The people and the stuff.
Well,
there is one thing Joseph wants to do before going to sleep.
All right. What does he want to do?
He wants to give Evelyn a call and make sure and tell her to have the guys take a day off today from doing construction. They have things to do with the building.
That is a good thought. That is something that is left on her voicemail for her to get whenever she awakens. That's a good thought there, Joseph Young.
That is a very good thought. He at least has intelligence too.
That's right. It's something that had not been done, and interesting instances could have happened.
You know what's funny about that, though, is, and I didn't bring this up, I wanted to see what happened, but when Byron told you that we should probably spend a few days away from there, he was kind of hoping the construction crew would go there and maybe they would get possessed and do something crazy, and so they could be the little test mice or whatever. So yeah, he definitely did not call about that.
That is something I actually considered, and it's one of the reasons Joseph went down there.
Gotcha.
They're just humans, God.
Okay. In that case, the sun rises then, as the foul, blood-sucking, leeches hide from the burning rays of the sun in their havens. And the day passes. And, then sun sets, and the three of you awaken, each missing a point of blood in the process. Byron awakens to the cushy comforts of his relatively new Vintru haven. Marcus awakens to the sort of still fuzzy around the edges, horrors and terrors that he tries to ignore, but him not being used to them sort of keep him on his toes. And Joseph wakes up in whatever sort of bedding or padding or whatever comforts he might have made for himself there in the dilapidated hellhole of the Majestic. Which really isn't that majestic. Checking his phone, Joseph will note that he has a missed call, both from Craig, Rain, and the church phone.
Oh, fuck. Fuckity fuck. He'll call back while going upstairs.
Is he calling the church phone?
Whichever one called first.
That would have been, we'll go ahead and say that was the church phone.
Yeah, he'll go call it.
We'll say 4 rings, and then the line picks up.
Hello?
There's static for about 3-4 seconds. And then... click.
Dun, dun, dun.
That Joseph had not heard that before. That was a light, lilting, playful, girlish giggle.
Closer, but, not what I was aiming for. I knew I should have taken those fucking things with me. I really did. Oh, fuck it. He'll go upstairs, get in the car, and start driving back. And he'll go ahead and give Marcus a call.
Yellow.
I'm hoping that the ghosts won't be fucking with you for a while. The crazy shit will probably last for a while afterwards, if my guess is correct. But hopefully the ghost herself won't be messing with you.
And why is that?
Because she's in my church, I think.
That's one way to put. That's one place to put her.
It wasn't where I was aiming, but well, it's where I think she is. Well, I'm fucking sure she is. Um, I'm gonna go back and see. Well, oh fuck. Um, just, just, yeah. Click.
Eloquent. Marcus will shrug. He's like, now he knows what the shit I was going through.
So you're gonna make his day or make Byron's day and call him back up, say, "Oh, I need to reinvest that money now."
No. Marcus is gonna call up Match after he's done with Joseph.
2 rings. Hey!
I got that money you wanted. Just have to get it from the ATM.
All right then. We will set up a meeting of sorts. I tell you what, there's a nice little place out by Glen Oaks, heading further in Long Island past Queens. Near that place that we met before whenever I introduced you all to Jermaine. I'll be over there, and you can deliver my money there, and I'll give you the deets.
All right, I'll see you there.
All right, it's a date.
Whoa! I didn't know Match swung like that.
That wasn't Match's voice. That was my voice.
Either way, Marcus will then go to the nearest ATM for whatever bank he has been using, and
Withdraw 2K.
I'll
All in
withdraw
20s.
I'll withdraw 2K all in 20s. It's gonna be a significant amount of money.
It's a good thing that this particular ATM will allow us to tie withdrawals. Just withdraw like 40 at a time. So, yeah, fuck.
Yeah, this is the world of darkness. You figure they have higher limits.
That's right. There are greater stakes here. What would Byron like to do? All nice and comfy and cushy.
Well, since nobody's called him, and he figures Joseph's all safe and sound at his church, and he is going to go along with the previous plan of going. He'll call up Star and see if she wouldn't mind letting him use the microfilm room.
A call there to the office there, and phone ends up ringing a few times, and then click like, Star.
Hey, Star, how's it going? This is Byron Rand.
Yes, Byron Rand. What can I do for you?
Yeah, she was disappointed last time, but she has memories of a very very awesome night apparently. So there's that.
Yes. Yeah.
So, would you mind giving me access to your records of your old newspapers? I'm running a little. As you may or may not know, we've invested in this Majestic project, our realty business, and we're thinking of making it kind of like a horror niche type theater, and I wanted to look through your records and see if there were any local axe murderers or something that we could like highlight for opening night. You know, nothing urgent, but figured I'd get a jump on it.
Go ahead and give me a charisma plus etiquette at difficulty 6.
Oh, good. That's actually a 6. All right.
Sure. That shouldn't be a problem. Although not usually open at such a late time. Uh, I don't suppose you could come in earlier during normal working hours.
No, my schedule actually doesn't permit that at present. I figured it would be good to get down there when fewer people were there anyway, so I wouldn't get in the way of people actually doing work at the newspaper anyway.
Sure, reason. Well, it shouldn't be a problem if you wanted to do it for a night. When were you looking to have this done?
Sooner the better. I can come over right now, but if you need time to set it up,
No, that shouldn't be a problem. In fact, tonight's a really good one. I'm actually one of the few ones in the office right now. It won't be a problem.
Oh, fantastic. I'll be right over. I'll see you within the hour.
Okay.
And with that, Byron will throw on a clean suit and walk on down there.
Okay. We'll actually say Byron ends up arriving first, since he's not going that far in Astoria. Where Bridget Starr's presence manages to get him inside the office, and she leads him down into a very dark room, but one that can be lit. It doesn't have much in the way of lighting. This contains all of the... It's not a complete list. Some of the papers have been lost throughout the years, but should contain a rather comprehensive list, particularly if there's anything pertaining to the Majestic or anything local. You should be able to find it. All it will take is time. She shrugs. However much time that might be, I'd say probably have until... she thinks. Maybe about, the early birds will get in about 5. Byron, checking his clock, he's got like 6 hours that he can be down here.
That's fine. I would probably want to be out of here before then anyway. Even I need some sleep. He'll kind of give a wink and say, and I truly do appreciate it. I owe you one. I'll have to take you out for dinner or a drink sometime.
Don't get your hopes up, Rand. She'll chuckle and she'll leave.
Byron will smirk, and he'll walk on into the room and begin searching.
Okay. Next thing that happens is that Joseph will arrive at the Flushing's church. How's Joseph been driving during this time? What's he been thinking?
I guess, surprisingly calm. I think more than anything, it's a little bit more under control. I hope. Really, really hope. I know it's not. Joseph hopes it is.
Okay. Joseph manages to pull up with his vehicle without incident. All the lights in the church are off.
Well, he has the keys to the place. He'll
Most
go
certainly
straight
so.
in the double doors.
It seems well, eerily quiet. There's, other than the sounds of water heater and the other sorts of mechanical appliances that be running in the background, doesn't seem like there's anyone here. He's the only one here.
Well, after a quick inspection, he'll go ahead and call up one of their cell phones. He'll start with Rain.
Maybe, she forgets to charge her phone sometimes. Doesn't even sound like it rang, just went straight to voicemail.
And Craig?
Ha! He's usually pretty good about keeping the phone charged. He knows better. Went straight to voicemail, too.
And skulls.
All there.
I was hoping you'd say the skulls. It went straight to their voicemail too.
I thought about it, but no.
Well, where he got that number, I'd have to wonder.
Well, you know, he is insane.
Um, the connection, there's... How the fuck do I find 2 missing ghouls? Byron? Ring ring. He'll
I think Byron's busy.
Byron's getting called. He does have a sliver of a bar there and a cell phone while he's playing around with the microfilm.
Oh, of course. I run out of the room for a second. Did I get called?
Joseph is calling you. You've got like a bar on the phone. It's where you're located here in the basement. It's you got practically no reception.
All right then.
That's a call for Joseph.
Gotcha. I'll note it, and I have to run upstairs for a second anyway. I'll be back down in a couple minutes, and then I'll say I'm outside in the hall calling him back.
Okay. What beautiful little skulls, aren't they? Sitting there all nice and pretty.
Well, he'll double check all the little secrets underneath the beds, in the shower. He'll check the closet, see if anyone's in the closet.
No, Joseph's pretty good at secrets and hidey holes. He's had a propensity of using them and directing others to use them throughout the years. Doesn't look like Craig and Rain are in any of them. Or any skull. No, all 13 skulls are in the storage room, where he left them. Doesn't look like they moved.
Then, But just have the one car, right?
Yeah. By the way, Byron's calling you back now.
Oh, okay. Hello?
Hey, sorry about that. I was had really bad reception. What's up?
How would you find Evelyn if she went missing?
Evelyn's missing?
No, she's not missing. Craig and Rain are.
Oh.
I called you because you're the only one I know off the top of my head that would ever have dealt with this or may have dealt with this.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing I would do, but it doesn't apply to you, is I would check her place. But it seems that I guess they went missing during the day sometime, I guess what's going on?
Yeah, the ghost may be involved.
Right. One thing, I'm actually at the, you go.
And by may be involved, I mean I'm sure it's involved.
Well, two things. If the ghost is involved, that might be back at the Majestic. That would be a place. I mean, from what you've told me, either the ghost is going to stay close to one of the skulls or scarves, or going to stay close to the Majestic, right? I mean, that's where she would feel most comfortable. So if the ghost is involved, then maybe they went there for some reason.
possible. What was the other thing?
I'm actually at the newspaper right now trying to look up and see if there's anything that might connect with like 13 people serial killers. So maybe we can learn more about the ghost herself, which might help us in dealing with it. But if you need to help me to look for
No,
okay.
no, go ahead and do that. I think that might be just as helpful, if not more so. I'll see if there's anything more I can do. Do you happen to remember that blueprint you found, when that was dated or anything?
Um, uh, no. I mean, I can do a roll. What would that be? Intelligence or something?
Byron doesn't remember. That wasn't
Yeah.
something that he paid attention to.
No, I wouldn't have either. I said no, and I just looked for schematics that looked different, and I didn't see the time frame on it. But I can tell you where to find the blueprints if you want to check for yourself.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I noticed where they were. I'll go back there and double check them and see if I can find the difference, and give you a narrower date to deal with.
Oh, sounds good. Uh, I'll be ready for your call. If I don't answer right away, it's just that I'm getting like one bar in this place, so it's probably all the printing machinery in the area.
Yeah. Okay. So go ahead and keep at that, and I'll go double check.
All right. With that, Byron will go back in and start searching until he gets more information from Joseph.
And Joseph will drive much quicker back to the Majestic.
Go ahead and give me a a dexterity plus drive at difficulty 4, Joseph. All right, you're great. 4 successes. Okay, the next thing that happens is Marcus pulls up to the sort of dimly lit region on the outskirts of Queens. Pulling up to that place where ever so long ago he met with a match and first got mesmerized by the contents of the love machine, and they recruited Jermaine there. Match is waiting with just his normal love machine, his arms crossed, wearing his standard leather jacket with nothing underneath, and the leather jacket's open, so it actually ends up revealing his tanned musculature beneath. The sort of piercing blue eyes come to rest on Marcus as he ends up pulling up. Hey!
Match.
Not safe for you to be carrying around such funds out here at night, you know. Bad people out here.
If a mugger tries to take the money from me, I think they're gonna have more problems.
You're right. All right, then. And at here, I'll trust you that, I'll trust that you counted right.
Marcus will hand him the stack of 20s that he's, like, wrapped around with a rubber band.
Matt shakes his head, but, apparently is not surprised with this turn of events. All right. And, after the acquiring of money and depositing of the van, Marcus notices that, Match's face gets, far more, stoic and serious. Here's what you're gonna need to do. Take 278 until you get to 87, and ride 87 out of the city. Out past Yonkers, there's a little place, Ardsley. You're looking for exit 7. Take that and turn right on 9A. You can't miss it because the exit smacks into it. You won't be on it for long. The first right's a rock throw away, and that in itself is just a smidge that diverges into Fuller Avenue on the left and Carriere Avenue on the right. Take Carriere. Follow it down until it becomes Almena, and look for Salem Shem Court on the right. Turn onto that. You know you're in the right place if you can see the toll road through the tree line. Now, the brick house, the one with painted blue shutters, yeah, that's a mark. Get in, get out, and you're done. Oh, and, one more thing. This friend, very amenable, respecting and understanding of differences. Bring a mortal you don't like.
Marcus will nod, a little bit surprised by that last bit.
Now you gonna need me to write all that down, Marcus, or you got that in your little noggin of yours?
It's probably best you write it down. My mind hasn't been as good as it used to be.
All right. The match reaches in, grabs a sheet of paper, got a pencil, starts drawing like little diagrams and shit. And his little notations end up matching what he said, which I will repeat. Now, Marcus will recall that 278 actually ends up running through a part of Astoria. 87, if you'll, actually, I'll go ahead and focus your view here. 87 is actually this point of road. It starts right here, the Triborough Bridge, and then it goes upward. Out of the Bronx and past Yonkers.
Going straight into Sabat territory that time.
Well, yeah, it won't be Sabat territory. It's not like you're going into Jersey. You're just following along. You're going on 87 upwards into, you know, outside of the southeastern portion of the state.
Well, if there's anything else Match has to tell me, Marcus is going to have to try to find a mortal he doesn't like.
Yeah, the match definitely will emphasize that. That is important. And after that, match will say, "Have a good night. Try to take care of your little spook issue. I look forward to seeing one of my preferred customers again real soon."
And with that, I think Marcus will leave,
Yep,
pondering to him.
Match will definitely hop in the love machine and drive off.
There's only really one mortal Marcus dislikes, and he beat the shit out of him on session 1. How the hell am I going to find Mario, whatever the fuck his last name is?
That was actually session 2, but yeah, only 19 sessions ago. That's not a big deal.
Yeah, how am I going to find that
hold a
out?
grudge.
It seems like an excuse to go talk to Blockhead again. I mean, come on.
It seems like the perfect excuse to find out to go back to the middleman and talk to people we haven't talked to in a long time.
You could certainly interpret it that way, yes.
Or Marcus could just pull a David and look for a criminal in Astoria.
Could, or just, any particular mortal in general. Match was merely advising that you bring a mortal you don't like.
Marcus will have to give this some thought as he goes back to Astoria, which will probably take him, I don't know how long.
Alright. Joseph ends up with his quick driving and his expedient processes, gets to the Majestic, gets into the room with the blueprints, referencing them. It looks like this particular blueprint set was made whenever the renovations were made. Basically, the basement area was expanded. And that happened in February of 1963.
And looking through the other blueprints, can I find something that indicates that it's when the next blueprint before that would be?
Checking through, the last time renovations were made to the building looks like, in, 56, and, that was before the basement expansion.
Okay, then I'll go ahead and give him a call back.
Okay, Byron again, getting a call, but, it's not tenable to talk to him, in the microfilm room.
Right. So he'll walk out in the hall and call him back, or answer the phone if it's still ringing, I guess.
So while he's talking, he'll be looking around the Majestic. So it looks like that it was built before 63, or around 63. That's when the thing includes it, or indicates it.
Well, actually, it could have been very well. See, the basement was expanded in 63, but, Joseph could reason that anyone down there could have built the brick wall, because future, like, blueprint layers completely show that it's still supposed to be expanded. So the brick wall was reasonably added sometime after that latest set of blueprints was made and certified by the architect and what have you.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. I thought it was the other way around. The blueprints indicated it was slightly smaller than it should have been, indicating the wall was there. Okay, then it was made after 63. Then, well, yeah, it would have to have been any time after 63. So yeah, it was sometime after February 63 that the blueprints indicate the wall was built.
All right. Well, actually, that helps quite a bit. It narrows me down to 35 years instead of 70 or 80. So,
And certainly Byron would know that, the Majestic has been closed for quite some time.
right, right. So with that, I mean, he'll say, yeah, well, super. I'll start from there. Hopefully, I can find something, and when I do, you'll be my first call.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Click. And Joseph will double check the place just to be sure.
Joseph doesn't note any spooks or crazy out of the ordinary things other than his wake. He definitely doesn't see Craig or Rain.
But where to search for them? I'll call up Marcus.
Marcus, you got a phone call while traveling back to Astoria.
Hello?
Your boat. Where is it?
We actually never really said where it was. We just sort of glossed over that fact, but I think it's somewhere.
Where it is, and you'd probably tell Joseph, right?
Yeah, if I knew where it was, I'd probably tell you, because I think David told you. If David didn't tell you, then I've severely done something wrong here.
Well, wherever you tell Joseph where the boat is, that's where Joseph goes next.
Okie dokie.
Okay. Marcus is then fully back in Astoria. You just want some more time to think about how he wants to try to handle the situation, Jordan?
Yeah, because this is something that... This is a very big, He has to rationalize doing this. I mean, yes, on one hand, they're just humans and they're just lick sticks. On the other hand, he was human at one time.
Okay, so Joseph, well, eventually, it takes some time, you know, he's like, whoa, where's that direction? Never been there before, but he makes his way towards a dock where there are several boats, and, one boat in particular that, you know, Marcus pointed out, it's a decent quality boat. Waves are gently lapping in the distance. What a peaceful,
Well,
hellish night.
well, he'll check the boat.
Ah, Joseph doesn't see anything other than a boat, and perhaps where someone had slept before for a night.
Hmm. Damn.
Joseph's cell phone begins ringing from the
Answers it right away.
Blessing Church.
Well, I guess I at least know where you are. Um,
Playing hide and go seek with you is so much fun. And then the phone hangs up.
I'll call back.
Joseph does not have the church phone picked back up on him. If there's like an answering machine for the church, he reaches that instead.
Because the answering machine plays in the back room that someone can overhear. Uh, can, at least give me a hint. Are you like, oh, fuck? Are you at least like still in the church or something? Damn. Um, hmm. He'll hang up and then start driving back.
Well, Byron is still definitely doing research, so Joseph returns to Flushing Church.
He'll open the double front doors, go, step in, close them, and sit down. Legs crossed, arms crossed.
Alright, Joseph Chung sits down in the pew, legs crossed, arms crossed. How does he
Petulant child.
feel?
I'm at the moment. I don't think she hurt them. I'm doubtful of that. It just does not strike me as the way she'd go about it. Whether or not she's whatever the case may be of the situation, I don't think she's the random killing type. So you know what? I'll go downstairs and double check the skulls.
Ha. Well, that's interesting. It, it seems that every scarf is now with a different skull. The skulls themselves haven't moved, but all the scarves have moved to different skulls.
Well, there's no way I'm matching those back up by memory. Oh, probably not. Unless I can make a roll for it.
Sure, if you'd like to try, we'll go ahead and say, since it'd be a memory thing, we'll say intelligence at difficulty 7.
Just intelligence?
Let's say straight up intelligence, yeah. For the memorization stuff. Joseph definitely remembers the order in which they were in and can place them back in their normal order if he so wishes.
He'll go place them back, put them
Actually
back
looks
in
as if,
bag.
with that sort of intelligence observation roll, he'll notice that as he begins relocating them, it's as if all the scars moved clockwise. So they just
So
passed off to the skull to the left of them.
and the skulls don't look moved.
Skulls do not look as if they have moved at all, just the scarves.
Okay, so he'll move the scars back one. Then he'll bag them all up, tie the bags up, and then put all of that in another bag, and then tie that bag up. And then he'll carry that with him until, say, he puts it down. Because not letting those skulls back out of my sight.
Alright, go ahead and give me a perception roll, since you don't have awareness, just straight up perception at difficulty 6. Nope. Alright. Joseph thinks he hears some sort of scratching and perhaps giggling at the edge of his senses, but he can't pinpoint a direction or discern a location. It could be coming from one of the skulls, but Joseph can't tell which one. They're all bagged up, and he's now hauling them all with him.
Joseph makes the worst Santa Claus.
I don't
want
want
to imagine that now.
He's making a list and checking it twice.
I got an image in my head. It's great.
It doesn't matter if you've been naughty or nice. He's bringing you skulls for Christmas.
Alright. In that case, then, there won't be any further changes on Joseph's front. We would just end up going to look at Byron.
Super. Let's hope he gets lucky with something.
Now, all the comprehensive sort of data you've got here, you don't have investigation, so I tell you what. We started for 11 p.m. at you. We'll say you're rolling perception at difficulty 7, and you've got 6 hours. Every hour you can just roll all of your perception dice at difficulty 7, and we're looking for an accumulation of a total of 12 successes.
Wow. Yeah, I only have 3. You said 4. Not that it matters. That's going to be tough, though.
It's just, Byron's not a trained investigator. He's sifting through daily papers, just trying to pour through everything, covering a several-year span within this one sitting here.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I wasn't expecting this to be easy. But, it was something for him to do. So, because he can't sit on his hands,
Definitely.
You really can't botch an extended action, right?
You could. It would erase his progress. It just
I meant besides ones, taking off a success, because that's what I think you do.
It would just say he would just erase his progress. Yeah, with them basically. That looks like 3 successes in the first hour.
Right.
That puts you at midnight. All right, that's a total of 4 successes. You're at 1 a.m. now. 5 successes. You're at 2 a.m. At 3 a.m. Looks like 8 successes, and you're at 4 a.m. And you're at 5 a.m.
I can't even do it. I'll try it, but, yeah, he can only get an 11. And actually, he loses everything anyway. So, no, he doesn't botch. He's got 1 success, but whatever.
Essentially, just Byron is just, he's pushing himself to the limits of just quickly analyzing and all the text blurring in together from all of these things, spending the years. And there are some things he does learn. There are countless people who disappear. So many people who go vanishing and missing. and so many, mentions of that. Like, it's amazing how many entries there are encompassing these years. And, not like Byron would have noticed because, he'd never lived here in New York City, but it's just how many people fall through the cracks. And with all of the entrants that would have been done here, like, there's definitely far more than 12. There's far more than 120. Like, where the hell do you go from that? And to think of all the people who might not have been reported missing just from this newspaper, it's such a vast scope Byron can't comprehend or nail it down.
Yeah, it was definitely a long shot anyway.
Like
So,
Byron has names. Byron has fucking names upon names upon names upon names. Too many names.
But hey, you can always come back and try again.
In regards to like some sort of serial killer thing, if there was anyone who fulfilled this specific criteria, then they were never caught. At least not that Byron noticed or found with what he did do.
yeah, he was looking for, yeah, like you say, it's a big city, so it's a needle in a haystack. But he was looking for like 13 kids or something. I think you said the skulls were all like kid-like or childlike.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would have disappeared in the same span, but it could have been over. I mean, who knows? It could have been over 15 years. I mean, so that's. I mean, one child going missing a year in New York is kind of under the radar material. So yeah, it's difficult.
Unfortunately, so perhaps it's a little disheartening for Byron.
Yeah, he feels a little dejected, so he'll close up and if,
Bridget is still there. You sort of wonder, like, when the hell does she sleep? Like, typing away at her keyboard blazingly fast, got, like, empty cups of coffee along with full cups of coffee all over her desk in the trash bin.
Oh, and I did forget to do this earlier. Maybe she noticed, maybe she didn't. But Byron, when exiting, he will blush up. So, because she said that the morning people were coming in at 5 anyway, so let's not draw too much attention.
All right, that seems perfectly fair. And Byron has practically no time to get back to his haven. He can just make it.
Yeah, he's running. He'll thank Bridget, and he will make an offhand remark. Man, I stayed a little late. When do you sleep? And then he's just going to walk out.
It'll be like a smirk along with, wouldn't you like to know?
Yeah. He'll take it. He'll take his lumps. He figures he deserved any snarky comment from her after the way he kind of led her on with a story and then had to erase her mind. Kind of.
Right. Yeah. That's essentially what the rest of Byron's morning is going to be then. But so yeah, Marcus and Joseph still have time if their characters wish to interact and do something. Joseph, for your part, I mean, you can sit there cross-legged in the pew of the church with all the skulls and the scarves. You're not going to get any response.
I just realized something.
What up?
How am I going to get a mortal up to this place? Marcus doesn't own a car.
That's a good question. Marcus just has an epiphany there while he's sitting in the apartment. Fuck.
Because I thought it was like, it could be too simple. As I get some mug or some guy, knock him out, throw him in the trunk of my car, and I'm like, wait, I don't have a car. Joseph,
You're looking
I'm
at
gonna
a
need
solid drive too. I mean, depending on traffic and like all sorts of other situations, you got to find a place. It'll probably take you maybe an hour and a half to get there, because you're going to be traveling along a toll road for part of it as well.
Well, Marcus is gonna have to ask Joseph for a favor. Anyways, Marcus has theorized that he's probably going to just take some mug or something someone wouldn't normally care about if they went missing off the streets. Because people go missing in New York all the time. That's the plan anyways.
Alright. Marcus just
Well,
gotta ease himself off to sleep then and just put that off to another day.
Yeah, for now.
I have one last thing I want to try.
Alright.
It's more of a just Hail Mary. I actually don't think it's gonna work, but just in case it does, if the ghost is in here, it can hear me. The only requirement of using dementation is that it be able to hear me. So I'll go ahead and try to use the first dot on it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll charisma plus your empathy then. As I believe that is the roll for your first dot.
And it doesn't matter.
What does Joseph end up saying in this process?
The actual words don't really matter. But I guess he's probably talking for a long time, just saying everything that comes to his mind, and locking up the church. Um, it's probably just a rambling, wondering where they are, wondering where she is, wondering what exactly happened to her. Then going into the wondering about the killer, wondering about the thing that jumped to my mind was the possibility she's the killer, pretending to be the girl, just everything and anything that comes to his mind over the course of the hours. Just talking continually, anything that might get any kind of reaction at all.
As Joseph is continuing to go through the process of locking up and blathering about, he finds himself as he turns around away from the front door. A translucent outline of a small girl, no older than 6, with red hair and glittering green eyes. She is currently smiling at you, although she has a decidedly adult look on her face, young face, as if she's far more understanding than what that little innocent, face could normally be capable of. And her hands are on her hips. You're much more fun than Marcus was. You play along.
I actually don't mind so much.
See, I tried to get him to open up. Even though he was going to ban me, I was trying to show him, and I think he's in the process of learning right now. The smile, beams. You would know something about helping people learn, would you?
Yeah, I think I would know something about people learning. That said, the one thing I'm curious about is the two people that were here.
Oh, Craig and Rain, they're very nice. I wouldn't hurt them. They didn't take me from my home. They didn't threaten to abandon me.
Did I take you from your home?
Well, she frowns. That wasn't really my home. I didn't like being stuck there. There was no one there. And the only person who was there was going to leave me after I looked out for him during the day. You know how many evil things tried to get in there after him? So many disgusting rats. She shrivels her nose. I
Well
kept him
then,
safe. And what did he want to do? He wanted to leave me. You were trying to help him. She points her small hand at Joseph.
I don't think he quite, understands, someone like you. Not quite child anymore, but I didn't do it 'cause I wanted anything to happen to you. I did it because, well, I didn't know you. He'll sit down and put the bag of skulls in front of him and says, since well, these, did you have a particular place you wanted to be?
She ends up walking along the ground with her little legs. Comes to stand nearby, looking at the skulls through the bags. Um, Still frowning. I don't have a place anymore.
Did you want to go out with find one?
I I just don't want to be abandoned again.
I understand that. Sort of the same reaction I have with Craig and Rain.
She smiles. I like them, and apparently they feel the same way you do, although perhaps more can... They played along anyway.
And where are they now?
Oh, Little girl taps her chin. Well, I don't know. I mean, that would be spoiling hide and seek.
Well, could you at least tell me if they are alive still?
Oh, sure. I'm they're different somehow. And then she quirks her head. Like you. Like Marcus. You're not right.
I've been saying that same thing for a very long time.
But no, I tell you what, you've been such a good sport. Playtime is over for now. And the little girl vanishes at the same time. Uh Joseph will hear keys rustling at the front door as someone begins to unlock it.
Well, he's not worried because there's only 3 people that have keys, so it's either one of them or someone coming to kill him. Again.
Which doesn't worry him at all.
The doors open, and sure enough, Rain ends up putting away their keys, and both of them end up stepping into the church. Not looking particularly concerned or confused or befuddled or as if anything has gone wrong on this night.
Joseph probably has a very odd smile on his face. Um,
Both of them,
he'll
looking around, just turn to look towards Joseph.
he'll still probably holding on to that bag, give us like sort of halfway with probably with the bag, not even thinking about it, and then so where have you been?
Uh, 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 Both of them end up looking at each other and back at you. Craig says, uh, what do you mean? Like, he looks at the skulls, looks back at you. They both seem a little nervous.
My exact words are what I meant. Where have you been?
Craig says, well, we were out picking up groceries for... Then they both look at each other. Back at Joseph. I think we were... He looks at his hands, realizes he's not carrying groceries, then back at Joseph.
Joseph will give a snort. Stand up and just go downstairs.
His two ghouls, so confused right now. They follow after him.
He'll, before closing himself in for the night, he'll, tell them both that, they really should pay more attention. They need to work on their brain powers, their powers of having more brains. Something like
Their
that.
brain powers.
Well, they're certainly not going to tell their regnant no.
They need to, how to phrase it? Don't fuck up again.
They're very sorry and very upset that they displeased you in any form or fashion, and they will strive to do better.
At what, they're not sure, but they're going to try anyway.
I think the unsurety has been a large part of their lives since they became ghouls.
I mean, compared to most schools, they have it pretty good.
Oh, compared to most schools, they have it fucking great.
That's right.
But they don't know that.
And they still just because they have it great doesn't mean that it's flawless.
Oh, and next time you go out to get groceries, actually get groceries.
Right,
And
yes,
if,
of course.
And if you're gonna say things that make it sound like you're banging behind the like back walls of the building, that there's a reason I gave you a double bed. And then he'll close the door before they can answer.
They will both be slightly agape as if they're trying to come up with some sort of reply.
The priest needs to get his head out of the gutter.
All right. In that case, the three vampires end up sidling up and falling asleep. A day passes as they all relax comfortably and securely with no problems or issues at all, and they awaken, missing a point of vitae mechanically as they arise, and their undying bodies return to functionality for the night. This Tuesday, May 5th night, shortly after 10 p.m.
Well, first thing, Marcus is going to call up Joseph.
Oh, yeah, hello. I'm sorry I didn't call you last night. Everything's fine. Wait, did I tell you everything wasn't fine?
You just asked me where the boat was.
Oh, yeah. Well, everything's fine.
I'm glad everything's fine, but I need to ask you a favor.
You, okay?
Can I borrow your car?
Do you know how to drive?
Yep. I mean, I might not have a license, but I know how to drive.
Well, I'm technically dead, so I probably don't qualify for a license, so guess I really can't complain about that too much.
And mechanically speaking, my character does have a lot of celerity, and that does help you in driving.
Do you at least have a point of driving?
I have a point of driving.
Okay, that's so you know how to drive. That's the only thing I'm really concerned about. Yeah. So if you wanted, I'm not sure if I'm using. Did you have a time when you need to use it?
Just if I was going to use it, I would need it for like 2 to 3 hours.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not sure if I'm. Oh. Okay. But what I'm asking is, did you like need it like right now? Did you need it next week? Did
Well,
you?
I really don't have a strict time frame for it, but I think the sooner the better because uh, s- let's just say matches. Let's just say I need a car to get where I would get to talk to Match's friend.
Oh. Okay. Um. Well, if you need it, I guess it'd have to be a hell of a drive. Wow. 2 hours. Not
Yeah,
much.
it's about an hour and it's about an hour and a half there and back. So that's why I said 2 hours to 3 hours because yeah,
Yeah.
it's a place it's some place out in Yonkers, well beyond Yonkers.
Yeah. Okay. Well, just tell me when you need it, and I'll if I don't need the car, you can
Do you
borrow it.
not need
Sure.
it tonight?
I don't know for sure. I'll call you back in like I don't know how long. Maybe an hour.
Okay, that's fine with Marcus. He's got some hunting to do.
Yeah, as soon as you hang up the phone, Byron is going to call Joseph. He's Mr. Popular this session, apparently.
Well, he's the center of attention right now.
David's not here. There's no one for him to argue with.
He gets along with everybody now. It's all that damn Nosferatu. Hello?
Hey, yeah, sorry I didn't get back to you last night. There just was too much stuff to go through. I couldn't narrow it down. Did you have any better luck? Did you track down Rand and Craig?
Yeah, as I suspected, or I'm pretty sure as I suspected, she did something. I don't know what exactly, but they're fine. I guess it's better than I could hope for. I don't know. I'm really confused a lot nowadays.
Join the club.
Anyways, they're fine, so that's great. Um, uh, Marcus just called me asking to borrow a car if for going up to Yonkers to meet that ghost dude. Oh, I forgot to tell him that, well, she's here and I guess getting along with her. I don't know. I still, again, confusion.
So you've made friends with the ghost of a 6-year-old girl.
That sounds
Okay.
about right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe that is something to tell Marcus. I mean, if if her attentions are on you now, that situation seems to not. It doesn't seem like he needs to see that person. Um, but yeah, it's entirely up to you. It's your car he wants, so uh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, in the end,
I'll go ahead and give him a call back. I didn't even think about it. Uh, well, anyways, so everything's fine. I'd still like to track that down. So, what?
yeah.
What, you sorry, you go ahead.
I was just going to say, yeah, I don't really want to go back to impose on Star again this quickly because she made it kind of apparent that it's, not might not be good if I'm there, and also my backstory won't really hold up. But I can definitely give you the details, or at least some of them that I've found, and maybe you can sneak into a library or something and get the information.
Yeah, you were checking the film records of the microfilm for the newspapers. I wondered what else would hold those. There's got to be somewhere.
Yeah, well, another newspaper definitely would. You might even be able to get in, as long as you didn't alert people to your presence, you might be able to get into the microfilm room at the newspaper, but the door was locked. She had to let me in. It's closed off at night. So, but a criminal, like for a library for a criminal school, a university with a criminology department might have that sort of thing, and another newspaper definitely would. But I took copious notes, and this is Byron talking, so you have to discount that to probably barely adequate notes. On it.
How about he took notes?
Which for Byron is copious. If he wrote anything down, it's pretty impressive. And he did. He made notes of things he thought were interesting to look up later that he just didn't get to. So my thoughts, metagaming, is that maybe we'd dock 2 or 3 points off successes that Joseph might need to get or something. But yeah.
Well, what was your well, first thing, Grimith, is there any place Joseph would know off the top of his head that would have the same microfilm records of the Astoria Times?
It's hard to say. They probably would be somewhere, but I mean, since there's so many neighborhoods, all the newspapers would probably be focused on like either like city stuff or like stuff pertaining to them locally. So, well, you could probably find microfilm about like the city as a whole that Astoria Times itself was covering. For like Astoria specific things, you'd have to go to, say, other Astorian newspapers perhaps, and they might have some stuff, or they might be focused towards like a more cultural theme, depending on what slant the newspaper itself has. The Astoria Times is just like a general, like your city, or in this case your neighborhood newspaper covering like local stuff. It doesn't
Which
have
means
like
a lot of
a bent.
Which means a lot of actual news, which means lists of missing persons and things like that, which is good. I was just wondering if like the library might carry it. Oh, well, I guess Joseph would check anyways. So
I mean, there'd certainly be an Astorian library that would perhaps also compile like newspaper records of that sort for just like the sake of posterity.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, if he knew if one did, if he knew where it would be or anything like that.
It's possible. It's also possible that, with underfunding the way it is, with the libraries and this hellhole of a world of darkness, there could be one in existence. It might be incomplete. It might not even be in existence. Joseph doesn't know for sure. He'd have to go check.
It might be that the only place that would carry it is the only place that would have to. Yeah, so he'll, whatever he does, he'll sneak in.
For obfuscate, he can make things happen, yeah.
He can just open doors and disappear again. Okay, well, I've got no, well, I guess I've got no emergency now, so I'm not under stress to do this. I still want to get it done quickly, but I'm not stressed about it now like I was before.
Just quick question. Did Byron notice where the key to the records room was?
That's not something that you had Byron look for, so no.
Oh, no, I just meant that while, was it taken out of Star's desk, or was it on a hook? Or, I mean, if you didn't see it, it doesn't matter. Maybe she went and got it herself. But
Hey, he would paying much attention. It could be possible that she has one because she's such a special, cool newspaper reporter for the Astoria Times, or maybe it is kept in some particular place that she has to unlock to get to. You don't know.
yeah, and she's kind of cute. Byron probably was paying attention to other things.
If I can put in the Rand and Randy.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just not even gonna, fill in the blanks. It really doesn't even matter. I mean, he was following her, so I mean, other things. So yeah, he won't tell Joseph where it is. He doesn't know. But I was gonna mention that he could like check the middle drawer or something like that. But yeah, with that, I guess Byron, I don't know if we were off the phone or not, but Byron will say, well. Let me know how it goes. I can help you out, and if I really have to, I could probably impose on Star again. But pushing too much too fast after the last time she was kind of let down. I don't really want to push it too hard on that.
Yeah, I understand. I'll handle it. Uh, no offense, but with actual investigation background, I'm probably gonna have an easier time of knowing what to look for exactly. Anyways.
Yeah, I had no idea so many people went missing in the city not even year, just every month. It was incredible.
Yeah, a lot of people. And Joseph's depressed again.
Good news, everyone.
So he'll say, "Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna call Marcus back and just tell him real quick. Anyways, bye.
Yes.
Hello, Marcus. So one thing to note is our friend I'm not sure how she feels about you, but she is here and she's well, I don't know. I'm getting along with her, I think. So there's really no reason to go to whatever this guy Batch is dealing with.
Well, listen, I paid $2,000. I'm gonna see through my investment.
Well,
I'm just gonna hear what you have to say. I'm not gonna take him up on any offers. Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna see. For all I know, this guy is just some mortal priest who deals with exorcisms. I don't know. Match didn't tell me shit.
well, anyway, she's around here, so whatever the case may be, just whenever you want to just check in so that I can meet him too, because I don't know, there's uh maybe it's just the priestly calling, that whole aspect of me, but there's a certain, I don't know, a desire to protect her.
Joseph, don't take this the wrong way, but I don't share the same view as you do. Mostly because I'm pretty sure she's the reason I'm seeing shit.
Oh, no, I understand perfectly what you're saying and where you're coming from. I'm also saying that there is a certain amount of me, I will protect her. So, just as long as you're informed.
As Marcus takes a breath to speak, he catches a strong whiff of heroin. It fades away.
This is Marcus thinking to himself. As far as he's concerned, the only way this is going to stop is to get rid of her. So,
Absolutely. It's a perfectly logical thing for Marcus to think.
You just want to do a humanity roll. Don't lie to us.
well, now here's the problem. I don't actually have a car, and I can't take Joseph's car because Joseph's going to want to come with me. And I'm pretty certain Joseph's not going to condone me, having a unconscious mugger in the trunk.
Well,
That you're going to go.
you can always point out to Joseph that one time Joseph stabbed this guy in the spinal cord, thus killing him.
And I don't know
It,
for certain that the mugger's going to die.
if you bring up the whole Joseph stabbing guy in spinal cord, be very careful about it. Otherwise, there might be another guy running around trying to kill the entire coterie. It won't have just been the Nosferatu that did that.
So Marcus is going to call up Byron.
Oh, goody. Hey, how's it going, Marcus?
Hey, Byron, I have a question to ask you.
Okay.
Do you know if Evelyn has a car? And if I could borrow it for like say 3 hours? Look, I'll gas it up and everything.
To answer the question, Byron does know that Evelyn has a car. I mean, although you don't exactly need one out here for, New York City, she does have one anyway, just in case she needs to go somewhere further than Astoria.
Right. Yeah, I was actually leaning towards saying no, only because she lives in the city and she might not need one. But yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, she does. I guess you needed to go. I was talking to Joseph earlier. I guess you needed to go talk to that guy Match pointed you to, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I paid money for this, and I kind of, want to see my investment through. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, you hear it like a deep sigh, and then it's like, yeah. I mean, I can do it. I just think it's a waste of time. I mean, you did talk to Joseph, right? I mean, he said he was calling you back.
Yeah, he called me, and I know that the ghost child is still with him, but to be honest, I really don't know what he can do with the ghost child, inhabiting his church.
Yeah. Okay. I mean,
Byron, it's just one of two things. Either I waste time or I waste money, and I'd rather not waste money.
well, I mean, you've already spent it. It's not. I mean, I see what you're saying, but there's no reason you. I mean, it's not like you get the money back if you go to that guy. But um, but yeah, in the end of it, I don't see any harm with it. I mean, you're just driving. How far was it? I mean, Joseph didn't tell me. I guess
It's just outside of Yonkers.
Dead silence, or did TeamSpeak crash? Future Grimith here. Predictably and almost comically, the TeamSpeak server, the Voltron TeamSpeak server, did in fact crash. Since we hadn't made any progress into that day and all, and since we were still missing Aaron, who plays the Nosferatu David Green, the three players and I decided that we would stop the session. It had gone on for a pretty good clip, so really no problems. So don't worry, guys, you didn't miss anything. Jordan's Twitch did pretty much go down during the middle of the session. Some of you already know that, due to Twitch is still having a lot of difficulty with absorbing all the new audience it has. There's a lot of information. You go check on the internet for more details about that. So there's been a lot of Twitch instability over the past. Well, I mean, Twitch has been unstable for a lot longer, but over the past month it's been really bad, particularly for small channels that don't do a whole lot of broadcasting and don't attract a whole lot of viewers, such as Jordan. I want my players to really focus on the campaign. The broadcasting and me looking at the chat is really a kindness, and I don't have any problems with him closing it, just like I didn't have any problems with him broadcasting in the first place. But yeah, don't worry, guys. You didn't miss anything afterwards. We just decided to stop the session. Okay? So there you go. Toodaloo.